New details are starting to come in about the shooting at the end of the Chiefs' victory parade in Kansas City, Missouri. One person was killed, 23 others hurt. Half of the victims are younger than 16 years old, and 3 of the victims are still in critical condition. 3 people are also in custody, 2 of whom are juveniles. Investigators believe this shooting happened because of a dispute between several people. NBC's Jay Gray has the details from Kansas City.
Well, Union Station here in Kansas City still locked down. The investigation continuing. Law enforcement sources have told NBC News they believe that this is a criminal situation and not terror. But again, they are continuing to investigate here. We've also learned the name of the victim that was killed during the shooting. Lisa Lopez Galvan, a local and very popular radio host in her 40s with 2 adult children. Her family says that she loved the Chiefs. I want to give you a look around this area, show you exactly what's left behind after the shooting yesterday. Again, the parade ending here, the celebration taking place, and you can see from everything on the ground here the mess that is here. That hundreds of thousands left in a panic. You see a baby stroller that was left behind. There are tools that were abandoned by crews on the ground here. You'll see homemade signs as well as folding chairs. Again, just so many people rushing to try and get away as everything started to unfold here. Now, here's what I can tell you. There's still a lot of questions right now concerning what's happened here and moving forward. The biggest seem to be who's responsible and how and why this happened. Police have really said little, if anything, about the 3 suspects that are currently in custody. They're also not talking about any potential motive at this point, but they do stress that they are still in the very early stages of their investigation here. Now, the Chiefs players and staff have all gone to social media, many just after the shooting took place, including quarterback and Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes, who wrote simply, "Praying for Kansas City," a sentiment I think a lot of people across the country share right now. That's the latest from here in Kansas City. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
A federal appeals court will be deciding whether to forcibly medicate the man accused of killing 3 people at a Planned Parenthood in Colorado Springs in 2015. Prosecutors are arguing that is the only hope of making the man competent to stand trial. Robert Deere is accused of killing 3 people and hurting 8 others at that Colorado Springs Planned Parenthood. A federal judge had ruled in 2022 that forcing him to take medication was necessary because he was refusing to take it on his own. His lawyer appealed, saying the medication could make other medical conditions worse. Today's hearing before the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals focused on whether there were errors in the 2022 ruling. The court is expected to issue a ruling, though, at a later date. We are now learning that the shooting that happened near the Denver Aquarium was not random. Denver police have shared that the man killed was the intended target of a drive-by shooting. This happened yesterday around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The man did pass away at the hospital. Investigators have not released much about a suspect, and they are asking if you know anything to call Crime Stoppers. This morning, a New York judge ruled former President Trump's criminal trial will proceed as scheduled, with jury selection starting on March 25th. This was after the judge had denied a bid to dismiss the charges against the former president. Trump faces 34 felony charges in the case, which centers on allegations that he falsified business records to cover up hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential election. Trump has pleaded not guilty and said that these trials are designed to hurt his run for the White House. Want to take you live outside right now, giving you a look around the state and the metro area with the sun out and some blue skies. But you know what that tends to lead to at this time of year? A little bit of snow coming our way, Keely. But this time around, it seems like it'll be a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, we've got a couple rounds. First round comes in overnight tonight, just a dusting and mainly in the suburbs west of the metro area. Then we have another system moving in tomorrow night into Saturday, and that is going to bring us accumulating snow even here in the metro area and could make your Friday commute home from work or getting an early start up to the mountains for some skiing a little challenging at times. Out there right now, we have got partly cloudy skies here in the metro area. We are mild, we are calm. We're at 38 degrees. Temperatures around the area, 30 in Greeley. Colorado Springs checking in at 44. Springfield down there in the southeast corner of the state already up to 52, and we're looking mainly 30s up there in the high country. Here is a look at your satellite and radar, and there you can see that system already bringing the snow up to the high country. And for the metro area, no snow, although we will likely see a little dusting, possibly in the metro area, but certainly into the suburbs west overnight tonight. We'll make it up to 50 degrees for a high today. Hey, we're looking at temperatures getting back up into the low 60s as we head into next week. We'll talk more about that coming up in your full forecast in just a minute.
Anti-trans activists scored a victory when Children's Hospital Colorado pulled back on gender-affirming care last year. Children's said it was trying to protect patients and staff from violent threats. And now, though, it's getting sued by one of the patients for discrimination. Last summer, Children's Hospital had stopped providing gender-affirming surgeries for patients over 18. The hospital had never performed those surgeries on minors, but did provide other services for transgender kids, like hormones and puberty blockers. The Colorado ACLU is now suing on behalf of an 18-year-old patient who had been receiving care at the hospital for years and was waiting on final approval for chest reconstruction surgery when the policy changed. The ACLU says singling out transgender patients and canceling their care is violating Colorado's anti-discrimination laws.
The doctors all agreed this is medically necessary, it's medically appropriate, it's exactly what this client needed, what this person needed. And it was the decision of the hospital, not the doctors, the decision of the executives at the hospital. We're going to stop these treatments just for transgender people.
Children's Hospital has not commented, saying it hasn't been served with the lawsuit. Another effort for Denver to help migrants might be hiring them to work for the city. But the Biden administration has warned state governments against hiring people without federal work permits. But Democratic Senator John Hickenlooper now says with Congress unwilling to help, it could be the only option. Hickenlooper was in town meeting with Mayor Mike Johnston and nonprofits about the migrant crisis this week. He says while he still has hope for some sort of federal action to allow migrants to work for maybe a couple of months, he also admitted there is no actual plan or bill on the table that could pass in Congress.
I think at a certain point, if the federal government doesn't act, local communities are going to have to. They're going to have to figure out some way to say, you can work now if you're going to be in Aurora, if you're going to be in Arapahoe County, you're going to have a 6-month working permit. And if the federal government wants to come down and throw the book at us, we'll deal with the legal costs. Because people aren't being left with any other choices.
We're told the city of Denver considers this a very high-risk option legally, particularly given that the Biden administration is opposed to it. The risk could rise even more if former President Trump wins the election. The computer hackers who caused major problems for courts and public defenders in Colorado wanted a ransom. That's according to the public defender's office. The office shut down its computer system earlier this week when they found out about the hack. So then attorneys didn't have access to their files, leading judges to postpone several court cases. The office says it's unclear how many cases are affected or when they're going to get the system back online.